Dukes of Weebdom!
Dukes of Weebdom!
Episode 94.
Yes.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Okay, good.
You know, can't looking foolish at the beginning of our own episodes.
Notice once again, the one you edited had downloads, the one I edited did not.
Was it?
Yeah.
So what's up? What's good? What's new? How's things cracking?
New? Nothing.
Tell me about it.
Still rivals in PoE.
I've been very bored waiting for Dynasty Warriors, man. I'm just like...
You're almost there. What,
yeah.
3 days?
Yeah. Tomorrow night, but I mean, I will not be awake for it on midnight release tomorrow night. That's just not happening. I will play it on Friday.
I've been replaying one of my favorite roguelites because I watched fucking Connor play it. Sea Dog.
Yeah, I was just going to say Sea Dog VA.
What I couldn't do in I'd say 40 hours of gameplay on the Switch and probably another 40 hours of gameplay on mobile now, he did in one 11-hour stream. It has beat the whole fucking game.
What game is this now?
Slay the Spire.
Oh.
It's a roguelike card game, single player. So angry. Including the true final boss and everything.
Have you still not beaten it?
I still have not beaten it.
Damn, dude.
I know, and I've been playing it viciously.
Damn, dude.
I'm sad. I'm such a big fan of it too. And then I watched the stream. I was so happy he played it. And then by the end of the stream, he fucking beat everything. I'm like,
well then. Nah, I've just been playing some backlogged games that I've had just to kill time waiting for Dynasty Warriors Origins. Played Persona 5 Tactica.
Noise.
Again. Yeah. It's just the thing I don't like about it, so I like free range in video games in the sense that if there's a task that needs doing, I like to approach the task how I like to approach it. You know what I mean? So I don't like when missions tell you that I have to beat something in a very specific manner, and that's basically the whole game.
If you got into shooters, you'd be a big Hitman fan. That's literally the modus operandi of Hitman.
Maybe if they ever make another Hitman, I don't know if...
Oh yeah, they're probably way too old now.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go backwards for a Hitman.
But you would absolutely like them.
Well, I mean, I'm playing First Descendant, and that's a third-person shooter. So.
Yes, and Hitman is third-person also, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but there's other ways to kill people, too. So you can I assume there's poison. And knives,
disguising.
Kicking people off buildings and shit.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy stuff people do online. Yeah. Played some more Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Nice.
First one. Yes. Got some more answers. So that's really what I really want. I just want this to know what the fuck's happening with the story.
Yeah, that big drop about the young master being not only okay, but a bad guy.
Yeah, dude, literally I just watched a fucking...
I think you watched the big cutscene that I left off on.
Yeah, and there's 7 more after that. I played for 4 hours the other day, and I swear 3 hours of it was watching cutscenes.
I believe it.
And I was there for it, though, because I was getting all of the answers that I wanted.
Well,
there's still questions. Yeah, there's still questions and stuff, but it's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. And I got another fucking party member out of fucking nowhere. Yeah.
I don't think I have that party member.
You don't. Because I know you had the white-haired Korean guy.
And then you get Namba back.
Yep.
I didn't get another one beyond that. But I think I know who it is because my partner spoiled a party member for me.
Zhao.
Yes.
That's his name.
The guy that was head of one of the 3 triad mafias.
See, I was like, he looks familiar, but I have no idea who this guy is.
Yeah, there's the Koreans, the one that you first ally with the old guy that you eventually go back to, and then he was the 3rd one of the triad that were at war with each other, but that war was really just to keep the more serious mafias away.
Yeah. Yeah, because I skipped the cutscene by accident. Actually, I don't think it was by accident because I was like, okay, this is done. I got all that I needed to know. They were kind of just goofing off and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to skip the rest of this cutscene. And then all of a sudden it says, Zhao has joined your party. And I was like, who? He wasn't even in the cutscene I was just watching. So obviously he must have walked in the door right after I skipped.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I had a new cutscene. Dude. And I was like, okay. I tried him out for a little bit, but then I switched him back for the other guy.
I'm excited for Zhao.
He's cool. I mean, he seems alright. But, I mean, my party's pretty locked in right now anyway.
Mine will be when I have him. It'll be Team Bishonen. It'll be all the cute boys.
So, Kasuga is a cute boy for you?
Yeah. Han, Jingju Han, I don't remember his full name.
I think that's his name.
Zhao, Namba.
I'd say Namba's more of a wholesome guy more than he is a cute guy.
Yeah, he's more of a wholesome guy, but he's closer to the goal than Adachi is.
I was gonna say, what, you don't want the old retired police officer that's
I'll put Namba as a host, and he'll get that nice clothes on, and we'll be good.
Yeah, there you go. No, you gotta give him the fucking the
guitar.
Yes,
that's what I have him on right now.
You bet your ass.
Endless love.
I have God, I forget all their names. I played it recently too, but it also doesn't help that
I don't know either of the girls' names.
I have both girls on my party because it's me, of course, and I don't want to say the canon one, but the mainline, because the other girl you get from the management thing, so she's not in any cutscenes.
Yeah, the main story girl.
Yes, she's got the healer role for me, and her one AoE heal spell it's a full heal for me. It just
Namba's pretty much holding all of my healing down right now. Though I do eventually want to do it the 4 musicians build because of that one move that's stronger for how many musicians you have.
I have an orbital laser.
Oh.
I showed it to my wife and I was like,
because your cookie company became so incredible.
Yeah. Dude, it does so much damage to all enemies. It's an orbital.
Yeah. Oh, no, I believe it.
His phone, he puts in some shit, and then it shows the planet, and it shows a fucking satellite, and it's an orbital laser right down onto the enemies.
Did you see the new Gori Majima pirate game that they're making?
No.
It's Yakuza Skull and Bones, except like what Skull and Bones should be.
What time era, if it's Yakuza, though?
Oh, like that no longer matters. It's any time era.
It's a Yakuza-style game?
Yes, it's from them. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the other period piece they did? They recently did a game that takes place in the Sengoku era with like the Shinsengumi and shit.
Yeah.
But all of the people look like Yakuza characters. So it's almost like this character playing this guy from history. You know what I mean? So that was their foot in the door to start doing a lot of that now. So the pirate game takes place in like pirate times. There's a new game from them coming out that smashes feudal Japan and America together. Like 2 fucking action figures being smashed together.
Yes, I saw it. That game looks fucking hilarious.
You can thank that other period piece for that one coming.
Yeah, be the American the Japanese think you are. So what is this? Do you know the name of this?
I don't.
I'm just going to type in
Majima.
I'm just going to type in Yakuza Pirates.
And add Hawaii to that.
Oh, yeah. Yakuza Pirates in Hawaii is the second result. It's literally what it's called. It's called Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is literally the name of the fucking game.
It looks fucking fire.
I'm just gonna check this. Yeah, dude, no, it's modern era. And then now you're on a beach as a pirate. What the fuck is this? It's like keep going back and forth. It's like modern.
Is this the same combat trailer? This isn't even the ship stuff yet.
No, it's not. It's just combat. This company is just fucking amazing. They make such good games.
And this is even all they make. They're reviving one of their old fucking fighting game franchises, too.
I saw that, but I don't remember the name of the game.
Virtua Fighter.
Yes, that would be it. Shiver their timbers, man. Yeah, this is literally just Yakuza. With pirates. It's amazing. Because I still want to play... the Yakuza game in Hawaii. The actual...
Yep. Infinite Wealth?
Yes. Because that's the second one. Right?
Yeah. Look, fully customizable ship.
Oh, mega fully customizable ship. Hello. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Oh my god, it's beautiful.
The ship gameplay just looks so fucking good, dude. Like, everything Skull and Bones should have been, unironically. You can board ships, too.
Bro. It's like Japan was listening to our podcast when I said I needed pirate games and gave me Yiz 10, even though it was already out at the time. I just didn't
realize.
They read
your mind.
Yeah, they're like, yo, let's help this dude out and make this awesome shit. He's shooting a fucking bazooka at a pirate ship. That's awesome.
So I'll be getting this. I mean, my partner will already be wanting this, but...
He's got fucking machine gun cannons, like fucking miniguns that are shooting cannonballs instead of bullets.
It's like this on top of that melee combat you just watched, on top of getting off your boat. Not throwing shade at any franchises there.
It's got rocket-propelled fucking pirate ships. Those were 2 rockets on the base of that. This looks just like Black Flag, too. Like the waves, like how you would
The
ride
momentum feels.
Yeah. Now, so it's only showing combat right now. I would also hope that it's just not just combat when you're on the boat. You can actually just kind of like drive around and like stumble upon this stuff. Not that it's just like a scenario where it's like, oh, we're fighting boats now.
I'm not 100% sure, because I will say with Yakuza, there's a dense amount of fighting.
It is true. Like, it's very hard to walk around the block without seeing a fucking gang of dudes that you have to fight. No, I'm 1,000,000,000% getting this game.
Same.
Like, what the fuck? No, yeah, definitely.
Well, I haven't played much Yakuza. I know Goro's like one of those big recurring characters. He's like the manic opposite / rival to Kiryu, the main dude from most of them. He just wants to beat the shit out of Kiryu. It's like what he lives for.
It's hilarious. Like a Dragon, Yakuza Like a Dragon was the first.
Same.
And actually, at this point, only Yakuza game that I've played.
Also same. My partner, though, is huge into them. He loves Yakuza.
Well, I could see why, because if all the other games are like this...
Yeah.
See, because I didn't know that the comedic element was there. I thought it was just a gangster game for
Me
forever.
too.
And I'm like, if I knew the comedic and the Japanese... Because it's like you're playing an anime.
Yeah, even wackier than a lot of anime.
Yeah, you're playing real life... Because it's like Yakuza, like it's not realistic, obviously.
Yeah.
Even in Like a Dragon, every time he sees somebody transform into something, it's all in his head.
Yeah.
Like the hero system's all in his...
But it's more realistic.
Yes. So, it's funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll definitely be getting that. Probably the other one, too, the Americana steeped one.
Oh, yeah. That one looks wild.
Because I saw the other one, the one I was talking about.
I just don't remember. Is that what it's called, Americana or something?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I have no clue what it's
I
called.
shared it to the group chat, but like that was months ago, and the amount of links and shit.
I can find it. Do.
So that one looks more wacky and zany than the typical Yakuza
Project
shit.
Century. According to AI, at least. It might have a better name now.
Oh. Maybe I have it in my liked videos on YouTube. I don't like too many videos. I use my liked videos on YouTube as more of a storage of things that I'm interested in.
Oh, the other one I was talking about is called Like a Dragon Ishin.
Which one's that?
The Sengoku period one.
Oh.
I can't really find a name for it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in my liked videos either, so.
See the Virtua Fighter announcement. Yeah, so I see it named Project Century again in this article.
Oh, well,
so it might just not have a full name yet. But I'll be on that too.
On that, like Donkey Kong.
But the moment I saw awesome ship combat, I immediately thought of you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely. I'm getting into way too long of a
Rabbit hole?
No, too long ago in my likes videos.
Oh, yeah.
For that too, because it would have been back when, maybe in the summer when all of those games were being announced, like during all the Gamescom, like the big game events in summer. So that's probably what it would. But I'll take your Project Century as a title.
I'm just like Gori Majima's beautiful face.
But yeah, no, that looks.
Do you remember?
Amazing.
It's way long ago in the story of Like a Dragon, but Kasuga mentions the brothel he used to live at was like destroyed by like a truck that drove through the front.
Maybe. Are you saying that was him?
That was him. That was indeed him.
In another game or something?
Yes.
That's hilarious. I like when games do that, when they tie in others of their franchise to it.
Have a nice big ongoing thing going.
Yeah. Because something like Yakuza can do that, you know what I mean? You can't do that with certain games. Like Final Fantasy can't really do that. Be like that
anthology series.
Yeah, well, that theory that like, oh, Final Fantasy 10 and 7 are the same world or some bullshit. Can't really do that. It doesn't really work.
No. For their own fault too. It's their own setup that did it.
Yeah, and then again though, because not every game should be able to do that. But Yakuza is a perfect game to be able to do that.
Hey, I found him doing it.
It's not very destructive.
No. I don't know if more happens after that, either.
The van blows up or something. Hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I'm just waiting for dinosaurs at this point. Getting closer to my first Descendant Platinum Trophy.
Nice, nice.
Still, I need like 7 or 8 more fucking weapons max strengths to get that bullshit trophy I was telling you about. But then I'll have them all, and I'll have my 10th platinum.
I saw one cutscene of Cloud talking to Red 13, and it almost got me. It almost got me back in.
It's a great game, but again, you should really beat Remake first.
Oh, yeah, no, I meant to go back to Remake.
Do you remember roughly how far in you are?
No, because I restarted again.
Brutal.
Yeah.
At least though, because with... It depends on how you prefer to play. So me, when I have games like that, like have a difficulty set in, I will always try and play on hard.
I just do normal.
Okay. So then
This
you'll
is
be
a game I like know that I passionately have or know I have a good skill set in, you know?
Well, I always take it as a source of pride to try and beat the game on hard.
Yeah.
Unless it's a game that doesn't offer hard mode first, and you have to beat the game to then unlock hard mode, then I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm not replaying this game immediately for that. So, if you just played through story and didn't really do all of the side content in Remake...
Which I don't plan to do.
It's probably about a 30 to 35 hour campaign.
I'll be real, the first time I got bored of it was because I was doing all the side content. And I just stopped caring about the game at one point.
Because if you do, like... Actually, now that I think about it, I did not beat... Oh. So, I don't know. So, Remake has... I don't remember if you can play hard immediately or if you have to unlock it through beating certain stuff. But because like their version of hard is like, okay, we'll just add mad health to everybody. But then this super hard boss that you have to fight as just Aerith and Cloud. You know what we're going to really do? We're just going to add 2 Tonberries to this fight.
Ugh.
Even though Tonberries are already like a pain in the dick to fight. So it's just add, you know, they do stuff like that. So I probably played through on normal because as long as you don't get under-leveled going straight through, which I don't think that's a problem, you should be fine.
And I plan to do some side content. I just don't want to lose myself to it again.
Yeah.
'Cause that's also what got me to stop playing 15. I started going off the beaten path. I started doing side stuff, and I just got bored.
Mm-hmm.
I got Ultima Weapon in 15 and then quit. Didn't even go to the other continent. I was heading south to the port to go to somewhere else. And I just got bored and stopped playing. I don't even know how else to put it. I didn't even consciously think, man, this is boring. I just subconsciously pushed it off to the side.
Man, 15 was a very good game once they added everything to
I was going
it.
to say, if 15 had the character swapping at launch, I would have probably gone a lot farther.
That's one of my platinums is 15. I played through it twice. On my second playthrough, so there's this dungeon. They added this. It wasn't in the base game. There's this dungeon system that's in it that it's basically like you're in a fucking cave and it just keeps going down and down and down and there's so many floors. And I think though like there's 7 of them or something like that. And I beat them all except the very last one or maybe it's all just one dungeon. I don't remember. But you'll go and you just keep going down. But once you enter it, you can't leave until there's certain checkpoints that you'll reach a campsite that you can then camp at.
An Atlas-like restroom.
Because the quote unquote problem with well actually no, that's the problem with this dungeon. This dungeon doesn't allow you to use mana items.
Ugh.
So if you use all your mana, you're out of mana. Until you reach one of those checkpoints to then get, that's like one of the difficulty settings for it is you just can't use, actually no, you just can't use items. So even if somebody dies, I think if they die, you have to beat the fight with whoever you have left to then have them auto raise with 1 HP. Or maybe Phoenix Downs are still an item you can use. I don't really remember. But I'm pretty sure it's just all items are just, you can't. And potions is a huge...
It's literally like...
A huge healing. Because...
It was like one of the big criticisms of the game is you're just constantly popping fucking potions.
Especially the elixirs because your max health goes down too.
Yeah.
So you need to use those to get your max health back up. So that's what really... And I was deep in this dungeon. And I didn't end up beating it. So I was like, damn. But I did beat everything else. I had all the best weapons. I beat all the optional super bosses that are up on the main world, like Omega Weapon and all of those things. I did most of the crossovers and episodes. But yeah, that was a good game.
Just wasn't enough to hold me.
No, I get it. But with like Rebirth, the second of Remake, the side content is more engaging.
It better be, because that was like the biggest criticism people threw out the first one, besides touching my story, besides Nomura.
Yeah. So I still think that the first one is fucking, because again, the only story elements people cared about was literally those last 25 seconds. What's more, probably like the more or less like 2 minutes.
And by extension, anywhere the Death Eaters show up. Not Death Eaters. I meant to say the fucking ghost things.
Yeah, but the
Dementors.
The thing with the Dementor things, when you're going through the story, if you didn't know, like it was your first time, you didn't know spoilers of what they were. You're just like, okay, there's these things, and it kind of adds to it because what you think they are. Because then you see the cult of Sephiroth that are chasing Sephiroth. It's like, oh, they're just adding a new element of thing because it's just this dude, there's zombies that are trying to. It adds more lore to the black materia part, but then you find out that they're not the same thing as the ghosts, and you think that they were one and the same, and then the ghosts are really fate things, and that's where things.
It hurts more as someone who knows Seven. Yeah. Because when I first see them as someone who knows Seven, I'm already like, ugh. When they're like swarming around Aerith and she's like, go away. I'm already like, ugh.
More like somebody that knows Nomura.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you dirty little.
Because like the side content in Remake is just fetch quests, basically. There's just nothing else to it. Because you're just all in Sector 7 slums the whole game, basically.
Yeah, I literally remember the last one I did was like, crawl under this crawl hole that's next to these NPCs and go fight this thing that's right there on the other side of this crawl hole. I was like,
yeah, no, they're not too engaging. But then like with Rebirth, it's much
has
much
Red
more
13.
open,
It already sold
open
me.
world. You know, because you got the open landscape. First off, when I started playing Rebirth, I was like, am I playing 7 Final Fantasy 7 or am I playing Kingdom Hearts right now? Because I swear to God, the first town you go to in 7 Rebirth, when you start it, it's just fucking... it's like Twilight Town and that... what's the other one?
Bastion.
Traverse Town.
Yes, yeah, that one.
Mixed together, and like the main clock tower thing, and I'm like, that just looks like a Kingdom Hearts clock tower. I'm like, I could fucking climb up there, and I shit you not, there'll be a fucking Roxas sitting up there eating fucking an ice cream cone.
Sea blue ice cream pop.
This is like, this one, it's just like, which is funny, because the clock tower in Kingdom Hearts doesn't look like a Kingdom Hearts ability, like a place. It's just it's just a rectangle clock tower. This one looks like a Kingdom Hearts clock tower. So it's just, I like the aesthetic. I was like, this is awesome. And then you got the whole zone where the gold saucer is. It's not only is the gold saucer huge, and there's just so many fun ass mini games in there to do, but then outside it's this whole desert area that you can explore, and then I don't remember its name. The place with the giant fucking cannon that Sephiroth fucks up when he fights Angeal and
yeah, that could be any fucking Shinra like building.
It is, but that's its whole place too, and has its own map.
Nice.
So there's large open scale maps to explore, and Costa del Sol's its own place. You know what I mean? So the side quests and the side content in those games
has actual like places to be, to breathe. Not that saved 15 side quests either, because I gotta say 15 also had some really ass side quests, man.
Yeah.
That lady that's like, hello again. I need tomatoes again. Go get my tomatoes.
The Gilgamesh quests were amazing, especially how it ends. It was so good and refreshing to have Gilgamesh be good again, instead of what 15 did to Gilgamesh, because 15 really dropped the ball on Gilgamesh, and I love Gilgamesh. But 7 Rebirth, chef's kiss.
Nice.
It is amazing.
Again, I'll probably play it eventually just for Red 13.
He's fire.
Oh yeah,
he is. Don't sleep on Barrett either. I know First off, remake
Sleep on him like comatose.
made me enjoy Barrett because they really explore his character more and make him a better character. Because in 7, I used him when you're forced to use him because you don't have enough party members.
Yeah.
But then after I got more party members. Like, okay, see you later. Give me those people. But no, Barrett and
no shade to his character either. It's just
because remake.
I have the fire dog. I have to have Cloud on.
Yes.
And then that leaves Vincent. I already want to play Yuffie more. I already want to play Tifa more, but I don't because I have other characters I already like more.
The problem with 7 is Cloud. Having to force Cloud on your team is really a detriment to the system. And people brought it up a lot in Rebirth. This remake makes a little more sense because party members will leave and come back. So, like,
yeah,
the party will be fixed because there's not as many. It's literally...
Which, to be fair, too, follows the story, too. They didn't even have to contrive that most of the time. That's usually just how the story went in original 7.
Yeah, because it's literally just Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, and Aerith are the only party members in Remake. That's it. So it's just that 1/4 person who is there or not. So it's whether if Aerith is there or not, Barrett might be gone, Tifa might be doing something, and there's a lot of times you're just a 2-man party. But now, in Rebirth, right off the rip, because you already had him, here's Red 13, and then like almost immediately you get Yuffie. Nice. And then very soon after that, Kate Sith. Oh, and Nibelheim too is another hole. That hole is a map as well.
So it's just missing Sid and Vincent for the last one, right?
They're there. They're
yeah.
Game,
if I meant like playable.
Playable, yeah. They do the... Well, not even... I mean, there's one part where Vincent's around and he's just kind of like walking and shoots. And just maybe shoot something.
Being cool.
You fight him.
Nice.
When you first meet him, but...
Fitting.
It's Matt Mercer.
Yes. Bay. Oh, I didn't mention it before we talked about Rivals, but since it hit my mind, they got Stephen Blum, fucking Tom and Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop to do Wolverine. And he's played Wolverine before. It immediately hit like my nostalgia brain centers to hear his voice in that role.
Glorious. That's amazing.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, no, Rebirth is great and visually stunning.
Let's hope they don't fuck the plot with the third one.
They probably will.
They probably will. It's Nomura. That's when RPGs usually would fuck the plot. It's that last chunk.
Well, because with the end of this one, it's basically multiverse. But it's like, it's weird because they're exploring it in a way that it's like...
I remember us talking about this now, where it could still be like them talking in the afterlife, maybe. In the live stream.
Because it's like you follow Zack through... Like, throughout the story of Rebirth, sometimes you play as Zack. And he's walking around, but it looks like it's the after effects of what happened with the remake, so you think he's alive in your same time. Yeah. So while you're over here, he's over there. But then he finds your dead bodies. And you're like, okay, so that's not the case. So it's really, you're playing an alternate timeline, and then they converge and meet, but then everything goes back. So, like, the main story is still basically following the same thing. Aerith still just got killed by Sephiroth. Fucking everyone's still fucked up. Cloud is so much further off the deep end in Rebirth than he was ever in 7. Cloud is a straight schizophrenic right now. He's crazy. Like, he's wild right now. But at the same time, you're like, maybe he's not. Maybe he's not seeing things. Maybe Aerith is actually there talking to him. Because he thinks Aerith's still alive. Ugh. He has no clue she is dead. He's just, like, completely... Like,
shut it out.
She's right there, guys. I'm talking to her. She just said bye. But everyone else is manic depressed because she just got impaled. But he's just like, cool, guys, let's go. See, Aerith, I know you guys stay behind for whatever reason. I'm not going to ask questions about that.
All part of the strategy.
And he just leaves it there in the field, and they fly off with Sid. Tifa's crying. It's actually a cute scene. You'd love it, because Tifa's sitting there crying, and Red 13 walks up to her. And she's just like,
aww. Babies.
yes. But I'm still in it because I'm a massive Zack fanboy. So if you want to put Zack back in the game for me, I'm going to be there for it.
It upsets me for everyone who hasn't already played 7.
Yes.
That's the part it upsets me for. Doing a remake for your established fans, that's fine. But I feel bad for the people that are new to it.
For me, I look at it the same way I look at Code Geass. Yeah. Resurrection of Lelouch is a thing, and it exists out there. But guess what? That shit ain't canon to me. R1 and R2.
But see, I don't
canon.
watch non-canon garbage.
Then exactly. So that that's
that would
right.
that would make me not play.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, because you don't have the choice to not.
To leave out the parts that I don't want.
Yeah, that's bad.
I get where you're coming from, though. But especially for something that takes that long, too. Like an RPG.
Because for me, Crisis Core and 7 Dirge of Cerberus is just Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah, we're actually going to put that in the non-canon pile, too.
Yeah.
Can we?
And then you got the fucking movie, which is okay. It's alright.
I love that movie.
I like the ending.
I love that movie. I
And
like most of that
the
movie.
fight scenes, but like when you really look at like what's actually going on, you're like, this is dumb.
No, I like that movie.
The fight scene at the end is still fucking epic. Cloud versus Sephiroth, and then
I even like
them against Bahamut.
his first fight against Kadash in that like crystal-y ass forest where he's on his bike. I like that scene too. And fighting Bahamut.
Well, good fights don't necessarily get rid of bad plot.
No.
Because that's the problem with the
The
movie,
plot
right?
wasn't bad. It was just...
Somehow, Sephiroth returned.
Yeah, it just is. Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think its biggest problem is it mopes around the like aftermath of the main story for way too long.
Yes.
If anything, get to this bullshit faster rather than talking about stuff that happened in another media. That's another one where like I'd feel bad for someone who hadn't played the game like myself when I watched the movie. Because like all the Rufus stuff you have no context for if you hadn't played the game.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I had no clue who this motherfucker was when I watched that movie. You can piece it together a bit, but...
Oh, I tell you, though, there's nothing that makes you hate the Turks more than playing through Rebirth. Because you sit there and you know, it's like you're looking at Sung and you're like, I know you're a good guy. I played Crisis Core. I know you're a cool dude. But you're not being a cool dude. And then the other members of the Turks, and you got fucking Reno and Rude, and they added a new girl. I don't know if she's in it. I don't remember her from the original game. She's some blonde. Maybe she's in it.
I know there was a
briefly.
female Turk that was important in Crisis Core, wasn't there?
Yeah, Cisne.
Yeah.
But she's in it, but Cisne is love. Cisne is life.
Okay.
This is someone
else.
Yeah, Cisne's got red hair. This is a blonde girl that I don't remember. I mean, because the Turks didn't play a huge role in the original 7.
They played a bigger role in Crisis Core.
Yes. And then in the movie, they were there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
They were there.
They're around.
Yeah. But I'm sitting there, and they're just like, I'm like, yo, fuck off. Like, I want Cloud to impale you right now. Like, I want you dead.
Yeah.
All of you. And, yeah, that's how I feel about the Turks. Motherfuckers.
Like, I want to play Rebirth. I don't know. Nomura leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, and, well...
I keep gobbling his dong, and I keep complaining about the taste.
Well, that I would say is not true, because You don't play any of his games?
No, I don't gobble his dong anymore. I used to gobble his dong. Oh, no. I never gobbled his dong.
No, we always
I
had
played
issues
his
with
stuff,
Kingdom Hearts.
yeah, but I never truly was in the cult of Nomura.
Well, not
How
to
can
be
you
Debbie
be so
Downer
simple and so stupid?
and so convoluted.
Yeah, because I think Kingdom Hearts is really just light fights darkness, and yet it got so stupid and complicated.
Well, it's like we used to say all the time. Kingdom Hearts 1 came out. They left it open-ended to potentially do more because they wanted that Disney money. And then they're like, fuck, this did way better than we thought it would. And then had to scramble for a second game. And then they dropped the ball with making the Kingdom Hearts 2 that came out however many years later. And then you open the game and you're massively confused because you didn't know you missed 2 games.
Yeah, oops, you didn't play the Game Boy game.
Yeah, or the fucking mobile game.
How dare you go from PlayStation 2 game to PlayStation 2 game?
And then you wait 15 fucking years for Kingdom Hearts 3, and then you're like, oh,
I didn't play the PSP game, DS game, another DS game.
Watch the movie.
Oh, actually, sorry, 3DS games, a PSP game.
Yep.
Because 365 over 2 is DS. Dream Drop Distance is 3DS.
Yeah.
And Birth by Sleep is PSP. Reencoded, I think, is also regular DS.
Ridiculous.
And you need all of these.
All of it is megally important to the plot.
Especially that first one. The 1 into Chain of Memories into 2 is the worst. Because Sora loses all of his memories in Chain of Memories.
And Roxas is born.
Yes.
And you get to know Roxas briefly in what
I'm so sorry.
the next one, Reencoded, right? Because...
Actually, no, 365 over 2 is the next one.
Oh, yeah, because that's the one where you
play as Roxas.
And Riku's there and all this other shit. That
365 over 2 also explains the whole reason Birth by the Chain of Memories even exists. It was so they could make a nobody out of Sora, so they could have a nobody that could wield the Keyblade. Because they want Kingdom Hearts, but every Heartless they kill, the hearts don't get released into Kingdom Hearts because they're just using normal weapons. So they needed a nobody that could wield the Keyblade.
To then, make
Kingdom Hearts. But you won't get that information if you skip these 2 games. You just wake up as someone else who's kind of Sora but not Sora in a simulation world.
It still doesn't make any sense though, because I don't really know much about Chain of Memories, so I don't still know how Roxas even became a thing. Because Sora turns into a Heartless in Kingdom Hearts 1 at certain points to save Kairi.
Yes.
Big surprise. You had to save Kairi. So, in the act of turning into a Heartless, because you turn into, which they're fucking backwards, and that pisses me off, that the body that remains that has no heart is not the Heartless, that's the nobody. And the heart that left that is not Heartless, because it is the heart, is the Heartless.
Which is also hilarious because the Heartless also has no human characteristics, so shouldn't that be the nobody rather than the body left behind that has all of your actual physical characteristics? Right. Wouldn't you be the somebody?
Yes.
The Heartless doesn't have your memories, clearly, so you can't say it's wherever the memories lie. You both don't have your memories.
Pisses me off. But anyway... He turns into the Heartless and walks away. So that's when Roxas should have been born, because his body that was left over would have then become the nobody.
But somehow that's not, because that gets resolved, and then you play through all of Chain of Memories before it happens.
Yeah.
Because you can't...
Where does Namine come from? Because,
I have no fucking clue.
Because there is no Heartless of fucking... And they exist at the same time. They standing next to each other. It's like, how is Naname a thing?
And she is there for all of Chain of Memories also.
Yeah.
Because she's the one making Sora lose all his memories. Or the one collecting his memories that he's losing to the castle itself. Oh, my thesis.
Right. You know what? Fix Kingdom Hearts right now. One easy thing. Super easy. make Riku the main character. Because Riku doesn't fuck around with these heartless things. And he doesn't have a fucking nobody.
Though some of his story would be really boring.
No, just fucking put him in Sora's position.
Oh, okay, cool.
Riku would
do we only like
Sora.
Riku though because he's the Sasuke?
Because he's the emo.
Yeah. Would we like Riku as much? I don't think we will.
I actually like Sora more than I like Riku personally.
See, I don't, but it's only because he's the Sasuke.
Because you have such a little amounts of him that.
And the one times he shows up in 2, because I never even finished 1, so I can't even see like the evil Riku arc. I get to see him when he comes in to save the day like fucking Batman. With his blindfold, that's the good shit.
That fucking scene of him versus Roxas, that cutscene is still goated.
The hidden cutscene from 1, because it must have been before 2 came out.
Well, I don't know. It can't be from 1 because it's Roxas.
Yeah,
so it has to be from Chain of Memories or 365 over 2 days. Because Roxas
funny enough, I think 365 came out after 2. Funny enough. I'm like certain too.
Oh god.
Because that's where they added another complication. And here's the funny thing: there was 2 Keyblade wielders in the organization.
Oh yeah.
One of them's name was Shion.
Yeah.
So one of them is Roxas.
Shion is just Sora's memories.
Yes.
Which is bullshit.
But here's the other thing that really confuses me. They take all the memories out of Sora and turn the memories into Shion. So we have Sora's body, the memories that are Shion. Still, where did Roxas come from?
Because the body is supposed to be the nobody, but Sora still has his body, and yet Roxas is right there.
In fact, Roxas meets Sora's body.
Exactly, and that's how Sora wakes up again. Ah!
It's okay, let's just make another game to explain that.
They do.
I know, it's called 3. I swear to you, that I hate to say it, that is the moment it fucking died to me. When I saw the snippet of a cutscene
where Roxas is
where they're like, where's Roxas? He's in there, in your heart all along. I'm like, yes, we know this! Why is he in the plot?
They take him out, bro. He's there in the final fight. He's one of the 9 Keyblade users.
That's really where it died to me, too, was counting. I'm like, 9? No. No. And then when my finger goes, Roxas, my heart sinks. Like, I don't even dislike Roxas as a character. That's the funny thing, because he's just bland Sora. He's Sora that has none of the lived-in, like, experience.
You always still forgetting one crucial moment that pisses me off, too.
What?
Ventus.
Yes. Ventus pisses me off in combination with Roxas. These wouldn't be as bad if they didn't have each other. They're a force multiplier on each other.
And then you got fucking Vanitas or whatever, so it's like, too.
Roxas only looks like Roxas because Sora had part of Ventus's heart. Do I really need both of them back? Can't I just get Ventus back or just Roxas?
I think that's some bullshit too. Why? Because that's why Sora was able to be... I think that's part of what they were, because when Ventus met Sora when he was a kid, he put part of himself in Sora, and that's how Sora was able to keep his body while there's a nobody. I think that's what they tried to do.
Okay.
I think that's what
I really hate Nomura's strategy of just adding to fix things.
Yeah, but, I mean, you could then technically say that's what happened with Kairi, too, because she met Aqua, and Aqua put... That connection made something there, too, and then Terra met... fucking
you know what angers me with that though?
Who met Riku and nothing happened with that.
That
They're
too.
Just like, cool, bro, you're cool.
Yo,
I'm cool
yeah, we're perfect. You don't need anything from anyone.
Yo, no, Terra is fucking perfect though. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I will die on it.
Well, he was perfect until he wasn't.
He was perfect because he is a Keyblade master because he fought Xehanort at Xehanort's fucking peak and he won. It's just that he pulled some shenanigans to turn Terra into himself, Terra Xehanort. He beat the fuck out of Xehanort, killed Xehanort, should have ended the plot before Kingdom Hearts was even a thing.
But nope.
But no, Nomura shit. Only because Birth by Sleep came after Kingdom Hearts.
But here's how I know that Nomura only did that as a way to explain what...
Damn, I need to play. I want to
really
play.
Need to put my thoughts together for this one.
I want to play Birth by Sleep again, but I don't think you can. It's not. Is Birth by Sleep on one of the 0.5s? 2.5? Nice.
They put only the cutscenes from re-encoded into that. I
Good.
think.
Nobody wants
or
to play
365. I think 365 is the one that's not playable on there.
Nice.
Which, on one hand, you can play as organization members, which is nice. On the other hand, the game is incredibly boring. Like, so boring. What kills me with the Ventus thing, though, is like, Namine doesn't look like Aqua. So that completely rules out the formula here of, I gave you part of my soul, that's why your nobody exists.
Yeah, but then you still have Vanitas.
Yeah, which is... The part that kills me, though, is... Why did Ventus have to even look like Roxas? I feel like this is something Nomura didn't have to do, but he just... Somewhere in his body's like, I must. They're almost understanding things. I can't allow it.
They brought Ventus back, too, finally. They fixed him up in 3. Brought Aqua back for it.
I feel nothing.
Yeah.
I feel nothing because they also brought Roxas back. I would feel something if they didn't bring Roxas back.
Same. I would be okay.
Sora should return the piece of himself that influenced Roxas's existence back to Ventus, and Ventus comes back. And that would have been perfect.
I still won't forgive fucking Nomura for how he ended Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, this is bullshit. My boy Sora didn't deserve that.
I can't forgive Nomura for putting so much barrier between me and wanting to play 3. Just so irksome. How much time they have to spend in that fucking game just talking about everything that's happened in other games.
My thing with 3 is it's wholly way too short.
I can't agree, fam. It's already too long for me.
This is a short-ass fucking game.
And this is obviously leaving aside the combat side of it, because I have many gripes with that.
Well, you
and
didn't
all
like
of them start with too easy.
The attractions.
You have too many options in general.
The attractions make combat very easy. And Kingdom Hearts Proud Mode has always been difficult, especially at the start of the game before you really get into it.
But having a super move with giant animations and custom mechanics that you're completely invincible inside of, you can't even forego it because you're completely invincible. Why would you ever say no to doing it?
I chose not to do it most of the time, to be honest.
I also did too, because there's that long ass animation, and then I'm in like a fucking bumper car shooting lasers instead of beating shit with my fucking keyblade.
They brought back like somewhat of a form, which I was happy for, but I still think that the best combat is 2. I don't know about that because, because Dream Drop Distance is
I was
good,
right. That's where my mind went too, man.
I don't know because Dream Drop doesn't have forms though either. It has that other fucking weird mechanic, the wall jump shit.
Oh god, yeah. Oh fuck that. I love Pokemon, but that was like the worst implementation of a Pokemon system I've seen in a while. Because they're ugly. That's why. Because they weren't cool looking. Oh man, that sucked.
So I kind of want to just...
I want some sort of love child. Sadly, this is kind of what 3 is.
Birth by Sleep was also fucking
Birth by
lit.
Sleep with 2.
Yeah.
Having your own custom spells that you combine and make better ones of, and then instead of your form being connected rigidly to your weapon, it being this huge flow chart based on what kind of abilities you were using is so good.
Yeah.
Like, did you use a lot of thunder spells this time? Here's the thunder one. And, did you keep using thunder and magnet spells? Now you're going into a time-based one where you're zipping around, teleporting to your
Especially because,
enemies.
to get perfect form, you have to beat the entire game.
Yeah.
Because the only place that you can even get perfect form, the farming method, is in the last map. 3 rooms before you fight Xehanort.
Yep.
I mean, not Xehanort, Xemnas. And it's like...
And then the unlock condition says anytime that you do other forms, there's a chance that you'll do perfect form, and then you unlock it.
Yeah, so you have to master form first, and but then to do that you have to kill nobodies, and the biggest supply of nobodies to fight is in the world that never was at the end of the game.
It should have been when you entered the castle, at the very least, when you first enter, rather than having the first 2 fights, then the talk with Mickey, then Sykes and Xemnas.
But then you can't.
God, I know this game so fucking well.
But then you can't use perfect form against Xemnas because you can only
you don't have Goofy and Donald.
You can do it in the phase 1, but who cares?
Woo!
But then it's Riku and Sora versus
the easiest. Isn't that the chair phase? Isn't that the easiest phase in the world? He's just sitting in a fucking chair.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh,
ridiculous.
Absolutely. So I want the base melee stuff, the melee combos and shit of 2 mixed with the way forms and spells work in Birth by Sleep somehow. That's the way, because the base melee combat felt the best in 2, and forms felt the best in Birth by Sleep. And spells. I think the spell system in Birth by Sleep was incredible. The whole skill system was great.
Oh yeah, mixing skills, you weren't limited to, okay, here's Blizzard, here's Blizzara, here's Blizzaga. You could make a fucking fire Blizzaga, a Tri-Disaster.
And there was an opportunity cost. If you had Flare, it took up 3 of your skill slots rather than the 1 Thundaga would.
Yeah. Or Graviga or something.
Yeah.
The spells that you could get in Birth by Sleep.
And they made some great spells too. I think there's a spell called Transcendence, was an AoE anti-grav spell.
Yeah. Peak Final Fantasy integration into the Kingdom Hearts stuff there.
It's so good, it's making me want to go back and play Birth by Sleep again right now.
I would replay Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 any time.
I would replay... I say that, but I've never beat 1. But I would try to go back and beat 1.
It has its charm. It's good.
Yeah.
I've beaten it.
I definitely want to go back and beat 2 again in Birth by Sleep.
I want to beat it so that I can have the trophy that proves that I beat it, which I should totally have the trophy because that's how I fucking beat the game.
Part of me really wants...
No, I remembered. I beat Kingdom Hearts 1 on PS2.
Yes.
I didn't have... But when I played... Well, actually, maybe I did beat them both on... Because did you own Kingdom Hearts 2 hard copy?
Yes, absolutely.
I probably might have borrowed it from you.
Probably, because it would probably be after you played 12, and I'm like, you're into RPGs now? This is my favorite. You smacked them on the head in real time this time.
I don't remember.
Do you know if it's the final mix versions in the 2.5 and 1.5?
Yes,
sir. That means 2 has the Marluxia fight.
I own 1.5 and 2.5.
Sadly, I think I do too.
What do you mean sadly?
Because I think I bought them and played 10 minutes of them.
Yeah.
So sadly. I'll check though. If I don't, I'll borrow it from you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they're PS3s, but does PS5 have complete backwards compatibility or just for PS4 games?
I think just for PS4 games, but they also put out that all-in-one collection, which has 1.5 and 2.5 separately for PS4.
Yeah, so I'm sure you could find it. I mean, it's... Square Enix is going to want that shit available because they know people are going to buy it and want to still play it.
Because I've always wanted to do that Marluxia fight.
They're hard, though. All of the... I think I've beaten one of the optional... not when you have to fight them through the main story.
Yeah.
But when they're optional, bosses at the end game or something, they're always so hard.
And I do want to go back. I really do want to go back and play Chain of Memories, just because the story of it is so important to the overall story of the games. I still remember when I first played 2, and it has data files for the organization members that died in Chain of Memories, because half the organization dies by the time Sora leaves Castle Oblivion.
That means Sora took him out, thank God. If you said Roxas did, I would have cried.
Marluxia, the Dagger Girl, Shield guy, I think, is another one.
All people that are in Kingdom Hearts 3. Got it.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, you've met all of them in 3, for sure.
Because that makes sense.
When you think about all of the organization members you fought in 3, the ones you fought, if they weren't in 2, they died in Chain of Memories.
Sora just went fucking ham.
But the longer you spent in there, the more memories you lost. So eventually, the organization came out on top. Kinda. I mean, they lost half their fighting force.
What was the premise of Dream Drop Distance? What were they trying? Because you're going to sleep again.
The stupidest shit in the world. All of the worlds are in sleep states. You must dive into the dreams of the worlds themselves.
Yeah, but didn't it was putting Sora to sleep too, though? Something was happening to Sora.
They were trying to, like, coma Sora to put a Xehanort inside him. There's like one cutscene in that whole game that matters to the overall plot, and the rest of it can be just thrown in the trash can. When Riku walks into the castle and sees Sora sleeping, that from then on is the only part of Dream Drop that fucking matters.
Which sucks too, because Dream Drop takes place after Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yep. And I knew it was bullshit the moment Jensen was like, you must go to the sleeping world. So I'm like, yes! Side story! That's the other thing that kills me with Nomura is every single time it has to be something else. This game, we have to add nobodies. It's a new game. We need new bad guys. This one, Dream Eaters. They're Dream Eaters now. Those aren't heartless. Those are Waters. Waters are pre-heartless. I don't remember the word they used, but you remember they did that? Yeah.
And, they did that in Birth by Sleep, yeah.
Yeah. These are precursors to heartlesses.
Yeah. Because then they weren't heartlesses that you were fighting in Dream Drop Distance either.
Nope, they're Dream Eaters.
Dream Eaters.
And then I bet re-encoded you're fighting Datamites or something. Like, it's so stupid.
At least everything else is heartless. Or nobodies.
Yes. I didn't even mind when nobodies are added, but when you start going every single time, it feels like Pokemon, where I'm switching out the gimmick every time.
No, I think you should play 1 again.
I want to give 1 another shot. I want to give 1 another shot more than I want to play 3.
That's fair.
The only thing that really does still pull me towards wanting to play 3 isn't even the overall plot, it's the settings. The areas in 3 look beautiful.
Toy Story is fucking gorgeous.
That's where I stopped, sadly. But it's because I got into the toy store. I wish it spent more time in the neighborhood.
The neighborhood is
it's
the
so
best
good.
Part. You jump out that window and you're on the lawn and you're like, this is not real life right now. Like that, I still haven't played a game since then that the graphics blew me away that much that quickly when I stepped foot out. I was so like, good. Jesus Christ, what is life right now?
Actually, it also reminded me of a good old feeling back in the day. It was when I first played the Alice in Wonderland level back in the old games. When you go to take that potion and you go small and suddenly there's a giant chair that was in that room just there. Mm-hmm. You're fighting these tiny ass heartless like that. Felt nostalgic. And then you go to the toy store. And
the toy store wasn't too bad, but then
it's just normal.
Then you when you get into the toy store, I thought my game had, which it was, straight up an advertisement happens mid-game.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, did an ad just happen for a new Square Enix game? And then you beat the game, and you're like, oh, no, that ad was for Kingdom Hearts 4. Got it.
I think also the toy store had some of that.
No, because you got in this, so you must have seen it too, though. Maybe it was in part of it, but when you go to the toy store, there's a video game store in the toy store, and there's a new video game that's out, and it's literally Final Fantasy Versus 13 with different color hair for Noctis, and he's got 2 different colored eyes with autochromia or whatever it's called.
Yes.
And then
so it's Metaphor Refantasio. Because he has like the same haircut as Noctis and different colored eyes.
I think the dude Metaphor looks more like Makoto from Persona 3. Just a little bit longer.
Ouch.
And...
Ouch.
Yeah. Metaphor is just Persona 3.
I mean, he's a little feminine, but damn.
No. The main character is Ren Makoto.
Oh, okay. I
in
thought you
3.
meant from 5. I was like, I don't know if she's too manly or if he's too feminine.
No, not that one. No. Main character of Persona 3.
That makes more sense, yes.
But yeah, no. So, and then it's because it's Nomura. Nomura got removed from Versus 13.
Thank God.
To moved it to 15.
What a great show.
He was salty about that, and he even says it. So he's trying to do his story through the one franchise he still has left, which is Kingdom Hearts. So,
until they pull him away from that shit, too.
It's a little too deep because Kingdom Hearts literally ends with Sora in that world and you see the dude. So it's like, well, fuck. Here we go again.
Play Metaphor.
I plan to. But again, like I said, I've just played, I need a break from the Persona.
Which is totally fair. But I've been seeing more and more, like, over his shoulder, because he's towards, like, the end now.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty fucking great.
Nice.
The story's great. I wish this was a fucking anime, and one with an actual budget, instead of, like, the really cheap Atlas animes. Because Persona 5 has an anime, I just would never watch it.
I've seen the first, like, 3 or 4 episodes.
Just play Persona.
The anime quality is not bad, but then what killed me inside, dude, broke my fucking heart, is when Joker first unlocks his persona, is the most epic thing in the world in Persona, and you know what's
It's an
wild
anime
thing?
cutscene,
It's
too.
an anime cutscene.
Yeah.
So how in the fuck did the anime fumble it?
That's what I mean, too. Like, Metaphor has a lot of anime scenes, too, and I don't want to see them downgrade that shit. Just play the scene. Just play the original scene.
I know, right?
If you're doing your job right, it shouldn't look any different than the rest of the anime you made. But yeah, I would like a really well-backed, money behind it project of anime of Metaphor, because it's just really good.
Nice. It'd have to be long, though, because, I mean, I'm sure Metaphor is how many hours into it is he?
I'd have to actually, like, physically check, because probably a lot.
It's an Atlas game, so I'm sure he's very far into it.
Yeah.
No, I definitely play it. Probably, if I had to guess,
November.
no, not that far. I was gonna say maybe May, because Monster Hunter is gonna take up a good month and a half of my life.
At least.
And then I'll have a patch in there after that somewhere for 14 and the rest of Dynasty Warriors. Maybe. I mean, I'll probably end up beating Dynasty Warriors, let's be honest.
I think you're going to beat Dynasty Warriors before Monster Hunter comes out.
Me too.
You got more than a month, because isn't it late February for Monster
I think
Hunter?
it's literally the last day.
Yeah, isn't it the 28th?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, all of March, April is going to be 14 and Monster Hunter Wilds. Into maybe even some of May. It'll carry me through that. And then maybe I'll get into Metaphor. Especially, I mean, I still have a lot of DLCs of older games that I still want to play. But the problem is I know they're all going to be long. I think I'm probably going to skip the Persona 3 DLC. I think I got enough out of Persona 3.
It's just like one side character story too, right? Isn't it episode Agnes?
Yeah.
Granted, the female that looks most main character-y.
She's a robot.
That's why. I didn't know how to put it. I was going to say the one that looks most like that girl from Evangelion. Who's also very main character-y.
Yeah. She's a clone.
Is it of the main director, dude?
His wife.
His wife,
the main.
I always wondered why he's
mother.
weird with her, and I'm never going to finish Evangelion.
Yeah, I think his name's Shinji.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's his mother.
Nice.
She's a clone of his mom.
Gross. Actually, gross.
I don't think they have any.
I mean, I think there's lingering feelings, not in the same way as, like, jerking over Asuka's body.
Yeah, no. I think more, it's their bond is more of, like,
Oh no,
weird
she
because-
just seems like he wants to bang anything not nailed down.
True. I think she does develop feelings for him, though, but I don't think he shows her anything back. Because she's, like, an emotionless mute for, like, 90% of Evangelion.
Yeah, but I feel like that mystery kind of pulls him in a little bit, too. But again, not nearly to the same way Asuka, when he's jerking over her unconscious body.
In the hospital, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild.
But yeah, Agnes reminds me of her.
Well, it's unfortunate. Visually, yeah, but
Thank God.
totally different personality-wise. But I definitely want to play the Tales of Arise DLC, because that game's lit. And Shadow of the Erdtree. And God of War Ragnarok's Valhalla DLC. And I feel like there was one other. But
I hope you play Metaphor before all of those.
yeah, most likely.
I look
Because
forward to your takes on it, too.
all three of those, I'd have to re-download the game, respectively.
Which, granted, will
West.
probably be smaller than however big Metaphor is going to be.
Unlikely, because Tales of Rise, absolutely smaller. God of War, Ragnarok, no way. That's
I mean-
110. Elden Ring, at 110 gigabytes.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't even claim for Elden Ring, my bad.
Yeah, plus Shadow of the Erdtree is probably
Yeah.
another like 30, 40 gigs on top. So that one's going to be hefty. That's going to be a big boy. That one's going to cry.
It doesn't have the fidelity of God of War, but it might have, like, the actual, like, world space. Like, if you totaled up all the environments that they had to create, it might be the same space.
For what?
Metaphor versus Ragnarok.
Oh, gotcha.
But it doesn't have the same fidelity, obviously. It's a lot more artistic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which would have more code to it, though.
I don't know if graphics dictate code. Maybe.
There's definitely a relation, but I don't know if, like, versus, like, an artsy art style.
Right.
Because there's definitely more
text.
physics.
There's more text. 100%. It's an
Yes.
Atlas game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Speaking of text, there's someone that put up a picture. There's someone that's working on Kingdom Come 2. And they stood next to the script. They said it was double-sided, and each side was 2 pages worth of text. 3 piles this fucking big.
God damn.
So people were saying it literally was a bigger script than Baldur's Gate 3.
Why would you print that out?
I know. It's like a waste of paper. Those poor trees. That's like a whole tree right there. But like, god damn, dude. Show that to my partner. Get them excited.
I'm actually interested in playing Kingdom
Come 2?
Kingdom Come 2.
I am kind of too. I mean, one was janky because of its vision, though. It's the kind of RPG where they wanted you to grow in all the things you do. Like, at first, you suck at melee. It's shown in your reaction times as a character. But as you level up, it gets more responsive.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, part of the jank is the RPG aspects. So, I don't want to judge it too harshly on that. And 2's story just looks so good. Like, all the cutscenes that they've shown and all the previews and stuff just look so good. So I might give it another chance, long story short. Though, I'm not sure if I can.
I don't think you should.
My partner would crucify me if I don't play 1 first.
No, I think you'll be alright. Just jump right into 2.
No.
He might be testy with you for a day, but...
Oh, no. It might be his, like, favorite game.
Hey, you gotta say, hey, at least I'm playing the franchise. You know, you can't blame him. I mean, how old is Kingdom Come 1?
I'd actually have to look it up.
And you gotta be like, look, it's just so janky, you know what I mean? It's like trying to tell me to play Persona 5 over Persona 5 Royal. It's like, that's never gonna happen.
2018.
Yeah, it was 7 years ago. You know?
Yeah, but it is a continuous story, too.
Yeah, that's right. That's what YouTube's
Like, it's the same Henry right after the events of 1.
I'm sure I'll figure it out. But we're confused for all of 10 minutes. But then once it starts getting into the new story, I'll be golden. Someone's like, when I meet a new person and they already know who I am, I'm like, okay, he's from the first game.
Yeah, but you're not with my partner.
True. True.
I might need to play the first game. Me specifically.
Yeah. Maybe. But I think
you'll be fine going into it. I mean...
Well, yeah, I think that you have a problem with too many games that you want to play.
It's true.
That you should stop buying new ones and focus on the ones you have.
Monster Hunter comes out in a month.
Yes. Okay.
And let's be real, I'm going to own Kingdom Come 2 automatically.
True. Because he'll buy it.
And the Gori Majima game. Honestly, I'm probably buying both for him. As a gift.
The main problem, you know what the main problem in gaming? Live service games.
Yeah, and how much I love them.
That's the big problem.
And hey, to be fair, I beat PoE 2.
You beat what's available in PoE 2.
I did, which is the same amount of time as the full campaign will take.
When that comes out, will you have to play all over again?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Diablo where they have seasons anyways. So whenever they finish the campaign, they're probably just going to tie that to like the season, be like, new season started, we finished our campaign.
Yeah, but then will you have to start in Act 1 again, or can you just jump into Act 4?
I'm assuming I have to start in Act 1 again, because like any character I'd have would have already cleared that space in the content, if that makes sense, through the cruel difficulty version.
Savage.
I don't care. I mean, I've already planned to play this over and over and over again through like all the seasons and shit. Because they've already said too that for the early access period, when they put out a season, it might not come with a mechanic. It might just be tied to like, we're putting out 2 more classes. Here's an economy reset. You know what I mean? We finished the campaign. Here's an economy reset.
What's an economy reset?
In other words, like starting a new season so that everyone's starting with like without giant hordes of wealth. Mm-hmm. That's the main reason there's seasons for Path of Exile specifically. Diablo, I don't even think it's as necessary. But for Path of Exile, you got all these players that are selling perfect items, building up all the best currency. Then inflation gets so bad that people only want that highest tier currency in multiples. For context, I've seen none of the highest tier currency. Our mutual friend has seen 1 drop. But inflation gets so bad that it's all that people want even now. Like, inflation's already that bad.
Brutal.
Yeah, so the economy reset also helps. They tweak the drop amounts. You got a fresh start. So, I'll be there for those.
Nice.
Plus, I mean, if they keep putting out new classes, I'm going to want to replay as the new classes anyways. Like, with the moment Druid's out, I'm making a Druid and running Druid.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
But on to some manga. A light week again.
Yes, sadly.
I did know that Kagurabachi was going to be out because I saw when I read it last time, it said next chapter in 14 days, whatever. I was like, damn, break week next week. And then it just so happened to line up with, like, the oddball week, so there was no Wild Strawberry, there was no Spy Family.
Kaiju's in 12 hours.
Yeah, and one of them had a point chapter.
Yes. Fuck.
I feel like it was...
I think it was Kaiju.
Maybe.
Because on the second, they said they had a little art chapter.
I feel like there was something else, too.
I think it was something else, too, because I feel like it was
Wild
something
Strawberry? Or Astro Baby?
It was Wild Strawberry. Yep. For the graphic novel.
Big sad, still no Gokuraku guy.
Yeah, still no timer on Gokuraku guy. Also.
I will cry. I really will. Especially in the middle of an arc about my girl.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay, because we had some banger Magi.
We did.
Some banger Sakamoto.
And some banger, and a good Dandadan.
And a good Centauria.
And Chainsaw Man.
And problematic Chainsaw Man. I got some gripes.
Should we start there?
Fujimoto's starting to piss me off. It's just so wishy-washy, and it's just like this. No, like it feels like he's making the story up as he goes right now.
It does, and I don't need everything to end in a fight, but something about
it's not. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
About the fight aspect of things. I care more of Fumiko's a bad guy. Okay, Fumiko's a good guy. Okay, Fumiko's a bad guy. Now there's two Fumikos. Which one's which? Oh, Yoshida's a...
We're going to skip right by all that.
Yeah, Yoshida is a enigmatic guy.
Bad, good, good guy.
Yeah, Yoshida is a mysterious guy. Yoshida seems like he's one of the bros. Yoshida is a fraud. Yoshida is a coward. Yoshida is a bad guy. Yoshida is a good guy. Yoshida is a man who's on his own. Now Yoshida is a man for public safety. And then all of these guys, all of them, are now at a restaurant eating, and Famine's back. And the Agent Devil is just chilling in his own world. And I'm just like, yo, what the...
My problem with it's my same problem with the Falling Devil arc, too. I can't quite put my finger on it. But it doesn't feel as important as it should be. Like, we've been for then we were building up that whole fight. For this, we've been building up the whole conflict. And just something about it just feels like nothing happened.
Yeah. And everything is just, like, off-screen. Like, we don't...
Nothing
Let's make a
feels
deal.
important.
Flash forward to fucking the chainsaw people all cutting everything up. And then it's like we're just chilling here.
Like I said, I like how they resolved it. I don't hate not fighting.
Especially when you're talking about a primordial fear. You have to trick him.
It would have been some supreme bullshit if this ended other ways. Like, if they found a way to kill it, it would have been some huge bullshit with the way it's built up. Especially once they were like, oh, we can't even hurt it in the real world. It's like, oh my god. But at the same time, there's just something that feels so very... I don't even want to say anticlimactic. It just feels like nothing. Feels like nothing in the story feels important right now.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's just pissing me off that it's like, Gege doesn't know what he's doing.
No, that axe has been buried.
Fujimoto seems to he's just, like I said, I feel like every week he's making it up as he goes along. He doesn't have
a plan.
And I'm just like, part one was so much more concise, and every aspect of part one you can look back on, and like it all ties in all together to how part one ends, and it's just, you know what I mean?
And
it's
all
like
the emotional weights there. Nothing has this feeling of it just went by.
It's tight and right, part one, but then you get into part two, and you're like, the beginning's a little weird because you go like 12 chapters before you even see Denji again, which is fine. I didn't mind that. I'm like, we're enjoying Asa's story and like a build up of a new character, and then Denji comes in and it's alright at the beginning. But now lately we've just been getting a lot of things that have just happened. And I'm like, maybe as we go and we get a bigger picture, as the bigger picture is painted, and we're like, oh, okay, I see now. But I find it hard to believe because we have so much backwards track that we can go back. Because like, how does this stuff with the Agent Devil have anything to do with Denji's house burned down, Nayata dying, getting jerked off in an alleyway, making out with Yoro, fucking Bream dying, Yoshida's on the good side, but now he's a bad guy, Fumiko's random betrayal, even though she was obsessed with him, now there's two Fumikos, that was just not explained.
Yep.
And I'm just like, bro, and Famine's back again, where the fuck was she?
Yeah, where the fuck was she?
She was there eating sushi with them when Nayata's head came out. She has no issues with that. I mean, last time we saw Nayuta and Famine together, they were talking, like, they weren't, like, enemies, but, I mean, they didn't really come off as allies, or that one would really care if the other died either. It's not
I believe she wouldn't have a bone to pick, but where did she go still?
Right. You think she would still have something to say about it, because if you're trying to fight the Death Devil, it's her ultimate endgame to make War and Denji as strong as possible. You would think you would want control on your side too. Like how would
you think you'd also have a bone to pick with them about to die to aging.
Exactly. And it's just like, dude, what is happening?
I'll tell you, it doesn't help that this ended on a joke. Denji being like, well, we could all just stay here. Everyone else will leave, and you'd just be stuck with me. And then, boom, fast forward. Which is great comedic timing, but I don't even know if I needed comedic timing for the literal end of an arc.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
There are, like, pieces there, but it's so blah. What did the octopus devil do, also?
So, if I had to guess, because it's so big, it came out, it put Agent Devil in the octopus, and then Yoshida sucked in the octopus, Denji sucked in Yoshida, and now they're all octopus, Agent, and Yoshida are back inside the Agent world. That would be my guess.
It's weird, because to me, it looks like it was depicted like they just shot this guy out through Denji's mouth and pulled him back.
Yeah, that part makes no sense to me.
And then the octopus is gone.
Yeah. So, no. It's very hard to follow what the fuck actually happened. So, I don't know. That said my piece. I just, I need more concise, tight storytelling. I don't need it to be as tight. I just want things to be connected and for me to know why something happened in conjunction with why the next thing happened and why the next thing happened. Tie these things together. Don't just have a bunch of random events keep happening. Which doesn't make sense for somebody that has said he doesn't want to draw anymore. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't him.
No, that was him. That absolutely was him.
That was him?
That absolutely was him. 100%.
Yeah, so you
He said it would be kind of nice if I only had to write, like, the storyboards and didn't have to draw it all.
So, like, someone like that you'd think wouldn't be wasting fucking, like, drawing out weekly chapters to, like, bulk up the series.
Well, maybe part of the question is, too, like, can he just not do both? Like, is the drawing taking away from his ability to plan?
Maybe.
Because under those deadlines, too, it's not like he can just take all his time planning and then cram in all of the drawing the day before.
Maybe that's what it was. Because in part 1, he had fucking Yukinobu Tatsu. He had fucking the Hell's Paradise guy. He had fucking Gege. And he had fucking... Wait, Gege was under him, right?
No. He's the one that wasn't. It was Tatsu, Yuji Kaku from Hell's Paradise. And some of these could have been just for Fire Punch, mind you. I think Tatsu especially was just for Fire Punch.
Oh, well.
I could be wrong. Could be very wrong. This I'm not wrong about, though. It's Yuji Kaku, Yukinobu Tatsu, Tatsuya Endo, which is the author of Spy Family, and whoever the author of Centuria is also was an assistant to Fujimoto.
So all of those people were drawing part 1 while he was just writing for it. But probably not, though, because, I mean, no shade at Fujimoto. All the shade. I lied. Yukinobu, all of the other people draw way better than he does.
I don't know about Endo.
For which one's that?
Spy Family. He draws really good. This isn't shade at Endo. It's more praise for Fujimoto than anything. Because I still love the way Fujimoto draws people. I still think that is...
You know what I've been noticing a lot, though? The Centuria struggles, man. He gets his proportions on hands are very inconsistent.
He loves those hands, though. It's like the Vinland Saga author. He loves hands.
Yeah, but Vinland Saga author got some down pat. You know what I mean?
He does, but they also have huge hands.
That dude invented hands.
The thing that gets me is Julian's face. I feel like is very inconsistent between chapters.
Yes.
Sometimes he looks a little like koboldy, goblin-y. Because I wanted to say elfy, but sometimes it even goes more. Like, he gets more forward with his face than...
So, kind of mini off topic, but still on manga. Someone at my work started reading Berserk in the deluxe volume, so he's been talking to me about it. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking amazing, and I know you're going to like it, blah, blah, blah. Told him to stay away from the animes or whatever, but he's been doing it, and he said this morning, he's like, yeah, I read some of this. I started the second volume this morning right before I came into work. He's like, I probably shouldn't have done that. I ended at a fucking horrible place. I was like, oh, where did you end? He's like, that dude just entered Guts' tent in the middle of the flashback. Oof. When Guts was like 10. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah. That's where my mind went immediately, too.
Oh no. But, so, yeah, he asked if he could borrow some of mine, and I'm kind of weird with that. Not because, like...
Our friend moved and has my first 2 volumes of Dorohedoro.
Savage.
Yeah.
So it's more that we work together. So say I do bring it into work, right? And he's been crushing it, so maybe there wouldn't be an issue, right? So say I leave the work. You know what I mean? I leave work, I get another job, or he leaves work, gets another job. I can pretty much say goodbye to that volume.
Yeah.
And 2, I can trust you where I can give you something where you're going to risk... Not any that he wouldn't.
You can already trust me as a person, but you also know where I live.
Well, yes. But what I'm trying to get is I don't know. You can see someone at work, right? And this is one of my really good friends I work with is a prime example of like, you don't know how their home life is compared to their work life, where they could be very organized at work, but not so at home. And I don't know how someone, like, I'm very particular with my items where I don't like damage. I'm not going to say that that's what he's going to do. I don't know him well enough to say that or want to say that he would do something like that. I'm just like, it's something that gets to me where I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do. And he totally said, he's like, I totally get it. If you're weird, I'm like, he's like, I get it. I got you. And it's like, I'm sorry. I just feel weird with that. You know what I mean? Because like one of my best work colleague friends is an absolute animal at work. His workstation is a disaster. But then I've seen pictures and of his house, and he's shown me videos and stuff of his house, and I look at his house, and I'm like, bro, your house is immaculate. Like, there's not a single piece of, like, there's not a magazine out of place in his house, you know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, what happens at work? How does this not translate?
The right picture of it. There's someone I follow on Twitter that like fucking massacres books when they read it. Massacres them in like
pages,
like the gorilla gripping. They're circling certain sections.
Oh my god! Never draw anything.
I was horrified.
People do not ever write on my books.
But it's just like the gorilla grip. That was the.
There's one book that I have that because. It was I had it on my hands at all times, my paperback copy of the Silmarillion, and it's got very thin pages. And when I was reading it, I put a lot of like bookmarks in it with just ripped paper with words on it sticking out the top. And because it's paperback and it's small, it's only like 4 by 6 inches. You know what I mean? So it's a smaller book.
Yeah.
And I carried it everywhere I went, so kind of some of the corners are worn down because I was with it everywhere.
That's different.
But like, the deluxe Berserk it's more of a collector's item too. You know what I mean? So I don't want that shit getting damaged. Or like, say you put it on a counter and then on your coffee table and you use it as a fucking coaster, and then I get it back and there's a fucking a coffee ring on the cover of it. You know what I mean? Oh, I'd be fumed. But I am super that somebody's reading Berserk. because he's talked to me both days about it now. He's coming right up to me and is like, yo, this, and this happened. I was like, yeah, dude, it's fucking wild, and it's only going to get wilder from here. And he's loving it, so I'm excited to keep talking to him about it.
Good. I can't find the picture. But
damn.
They have deleted their shame.
But, yeah, it was just this little side tangent that I thought of, so I was like, oh. Centuria was good, though.
That's the one I'm not caught up on.
You know? Oh, would you read only one?
Yeah, I'm 1.5. I read a little more outside.
Oh. Alright, we'll skip to Centuria then.
Sorry.
No, it's good. Dandadan, I mean...
Yeah.
Zuma showed up. Got a new hairstyle.
I like his hairstyle, too.
No,
Nice.
I did too, yeah.
I had to introduce everybody to everybody.
Ken's reputation continues to rise.
Yeah. All the thugs waiting outside for him. He just walks up, yo.
All these girls. He's entering his popular phase.
Also, I consider Zuma the lucky one here. 3 people cursed. One of them turns tiny. One of them ages rapidly. One of them has a little bad eyesight. Needs some glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zuma got off pretty easy.
He's functioning.
Good to see that Zuma has access to his powers, like, immediately.
Yes. I do love that's how they all just geared up immediately. They're just like, whoop, turn that shit on.
Fucking Gigi was, like, ready to throw hands
Yeah, he was.
instantly.
Touching Momo?
That motherfucker? I know you.
They're definitely the idiot squad, because, I mean, do they really think that Takakura would be this calm in front of someone that's touching Momo?
Yeah, he's literally... Okran's standing right in front of him, just chilling.
Yeah. He's going.
But that was really all that was really worth mentioning in the chapter.
It is nice to see Momo turn off people's transformations again.
Yeah, we haven't seen that since what happened in the anime. Really.
Yeah.
I think maybe she might try... I think she tried it against Evil Eye.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because I think that would be a good
move, at least, yeah.
move to try and help Gigi. But... No, it was good.
My Kaguras remain unbotchied.
They do. My botchies remain uncogged.
So that leaves Magi.
And Sakamoto, if you didn't read those, though.
I'm almost done with them. I finished the fight.
Dude, yes, the fight. Finally, we get to see it when he puts the fucking passport on the dude's face and throws him out the side of the plane.
I'm like, that one, he didn't even need a weapon. It's just he's like buffed by having an object in his hand.
Good clarification to know that not only was the plane on the ground, but also he was fighting a robot, which, well, turned out to not be a robot.
Yeah, it turned out to just be a person.
Because you see that panel out of context, and you're like, I thought Sakamoto doesn't kill someone. He just threw someone through the side of a plane.
It jumped on one wing to catapult him with the other.
Dude, I that's definitely Sakamoto's worst most savage beatdown of everybody.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He mollywopped that dude.
And that dude was just being like, oh, I keep doing this. This is fun. Right before he got taken out.
That sucks, doesn't it? Because what was the last thing you saw?
The guy waking up being like, I didn't do shit, man.
Damn. Because the next chapter is something happens at the end of that chapter and into the next chapter. Then I'm like,
Yeah, I'm only halfway through.
Yeah, so I'll leave it hanging.
We're going to have more homework this week.
Yeah. Did you read all the 5 Magi stuff?
Yes, I did read all the 5 Magis. That's where I started on the extra stuff.
75? Or 70, right?
70,
yeah. 70,
yeah.
I think we're at 75
I started at like 63 or 64, which is why I was really glad you texted me, because I must have been a little behind. So now I got an even better cliffhanger to leave off on.
Right. Aladdin showing up finally.
this is where you started. Which is also a banger place to start. Damn. With Kasim showing up.
Yep.
Which we all knew was coming, obviously. Because we all remembered that
Well,
Kasim dies here. Some
Yes.
point.
100%. I think he's already too late because even if you dispel the Dark Rook, I think the fact that he just stabbed himself in the chest to get this form is pretty...
fatal?
Yeah, pretty fatal.
Who is this author again? Fuck, it doesn't say it.
Doesn't say in the opening.
No, probably because it didn't start a volume, I would guess, though. Otaka. I like how he just makes everyone super, like,
Pretty.
handsome and pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugo's giant, beautiful face. Just like the most handsome man is just a giant head.
Yes. It's amazing. Well, yeah, get some more of the fucking revolution with Kasim coming through, trying to fuck people up.
No, makes you a little sad. It's not really like a Magi thing. This is shonen. It's not supposed to be the most complicated fucking shit in the universe. But it makes me sad to have the person that actually had like character and like reasons for what he was doing somewhat replaced by a force of darkness.
Yeah.
Because even like the banker himself is just like, we're darkness. We're gonna have a king of darkness that spreads darkness. We represent the bad things. We want bad things to happen. And the bad rook that turn bad when bad things happen. I'm just like, oh, come on, man. We had something with a little more depth already. It just got swooped away by
I
good
will
versus
say,
evil.
though, they are so uber lucky that at the beginning of this arc, Sinbad got drunk and fell asleep on the side of the road.
He literally would fix everything.
This would have been resolved.
But they're also so lucky
fast.
to find him because they also would have even gotten this far without his help. It's like a weird dichotomy.
It is.
They're being carried by Sinbad, but not carried enough like he could be doing.
Because he does get his shit back at the end of this arc, too. Those guys bring it back to him, I think. Just like, sorry, we stole this.
You saved our life like 5 times over now. Here, have your shit back.
Yeah.
Please don't kill us.
Because even Judar, I don't think Judar's got fucking shit on fucking Sinbad.
No.
And I mean, he almost took out Kasim by himself.
The demon form. Also.
Yeah. What the fuck's the priest gonna do? Nothing.
It's one thing that just got irked me, because it's like, you didn't need to make it like generic evil. I get it, though.
Yeah.
Again, it's shonen, also.
True.
But like,
Those soldiers got fucked up, though, right when they first attacked. One dude, just straight up showed the sword going through the bottom of his chin and out the back of his fucking skull.
mad of them were just dying. Like, all of them were getting like rammed through.
Alibaba doing some work pulling out Amon's sword, though. He fucked up Kasim and his whole group in like seconds.
Everybody, they're like, we got this guy. He literally just like, whoop.
He's like, nah, you ain't got
And
shit,
And
boy.
not only that, I'm not even going to kill you. I'm going to break all your shit so you can't fuck with this anymore.
Just for him to pull the fucking, I'm going to turn into a demon.
That's what I mean, too. Like, he should have, I don't know. It's just like,
I don't know. I don't really remember, again, how this goes down, because Judar is at the point that, like, yeah, Aladdin's coming back in, but, like, Aladdin ain't doing shit to Judar yet. And Sinbad can't help them. So I forget how this situation is resolved.
it's going to be Aladdin in some way, but I don't know how.
Well, I know he's probably going to use the warm, fuzzy feelings of his Rook to make all of the negative feelings of all the other people go away.
Which should be hard, because half of those feelings, whereas, like, he didn't do it much, but he did pump a little of the red fog into the crowd.
All right. So if Aladdin shows up, he could get rid of the main source of the Black Rook just by being there, and that would then greatly weaken Judar and probably just like completely negate whatever Kasim's doing, and then they go off and I don't know.
Master of the dark metal vessel. For our black root give it spark. It forms around a dark king who will bring darkness to the world.
It's all good because, I mean, this is, again...
That's the part that kills you. What do you gain out of bringing darkness to the world?
I don't know their motivations.
I think I know their motivations. It's to be the bad guys.
No, like...
I know, but like... What motivations do any of the ones that want to cover the world in darkness ever really amount to? Besides, I'm the bad guy and I want bad things to happen.
True.
Because like anyone that... There's no bad guy that wants to go to like that level that has like a justifiable motive. Because even Thanos wasn't covering the whole world in darkness. He was getting rid of half the population. It's not the same thing as being a king of darkness ruling the world of darkness.
Yeah, Thanos was just an idiot.
Yeah. You double the resources, yeah. But like the people
not only that, like I forget what he's someone broke it down beautifully. It's like, dude, the same shit happened, like, because not only did his own planet get destroyed, like he did that.
Yeah.
To Gamora's home planet. He's the green, his green quote unquote
Marvel
door.
Snap got me on this one. Don't
Okay.
worry.
He came to her planet indiscriminately, just killed half the population, and then left.
And that time with like his bare hands, right?
Yeah, with his army.
Because he didn't have any of the stones or anything.
No, he invaded the planet, killed half the population, kidnapped Gamora, and peaced out. That planet died. Everybody on that planet died.
So it's like, hey, just check the results of your experiment, please.
Yeah, he ran an experiment, said this experiment works. But you didn't wait for the results. It works. We leave, and we never look back.
But yeah, there's never a villain that wants to shroud everything in darkness and is a complex character that has like good motives.
I don't know the guy from Monster well enough.
No, but he's just a serial killer. He's not going to shroud the world in darkness.
True. He's going to shroud the world in evil.
Griffith would probably be the closest.
So Griffith...
It's not like shroud the world, end the world, because he wants to save people.
Griffith
but
has
this is kind of like opening Pandora's box still.
Yeah, Griffith has a control problem because he's... In his life, prior to the Hawks, he never... Like... He wants to be that guy. He wants to be the noble. He wants to have his own kingdom.
Him.
It has to be him. And where his life starts falling apart, because his life is perfect. Everything goes Griffith's way.
Yeah.
Until Guts says, I'm leaving. And Griffith could not let that happen. Griffith wanted Guts to stay. He wanted to be in control of Guts. He wanted... Yeah. And... underlining homosexual tendencies.
Oh, I've seen the compilations. They're there.
They're there.
That can't just be the anime editing. It's gotta be.
They're there. And as they have a fight, he's like, you're not leaving unless you beat me in a fight. And Guts is like, okay. So they fight, and Guts wins. No surprise.
Yeah.
And he leaves, Griffith is destroyed, and Griffith, in a single night, completely self-destructs and destroys everything he's worked his entire life for.
Damn. He really was in love.
Yeah, because he's like, fuck it. Because he was working on a plan to take over the country and try and get something. He was going to do something with the princess, so instead he just decides to go have sex with the princess and gets caught by the king. And the king puts him in prison, and he tortures him for a year.
It's reckless.
Yeah. So, then...
the king. Griffith got reckless.
He got stupid.
Yeah.
Real quick. And didn't care he was being stupid. But then he cared, and then the apostles was like, hey, how you doing?
But I mean, he's more empowered evil for his own gains. It's not quite like
until he
shroud the world in evil.
Well, because Griffith comes back later as Griffith, not the demon thing, and he's like, shroud the world in my radiance.
White-colored evil.
Yeah, I am the holy
Shadow
knight.
Walker.
But don't look over here where I'm murdering innocent people. Look at me and my white knightness.
Everything's perfect. It's a world of light. Don't look away from the monsters. Look at me.
Yeah. So yeah,
yeah, there's none. It's the death of nuance.
Even in my goat, the Lord of the Rings, Sauron wants to cover the world in darkness. But he wants to do it because he wants order. He wants control. It's the same thing. He wants, because the world is chaos in the sense that it's like, you know what I mean? It's like it flows its own way. Anything can happen, and each species or race does its own thing, and it's a beautiful chaos.
It's like a natural order.
Yes.
Survival of the fittest, Darwinism.
But Sauron's order to the chaos, quotations there, is subjugation, slavery. I am the master. You bend to me. I want control and order of everything. So that's him, and then he does that quite literally with spread in darkness. So it's blotting out the sun, because the sun is evil.
I guess my mind also went to Sephiroth, because he does quite literally want to just destroy the planet.
Yeah, well, Sephiroth's crazy. So.
But it's literally just a revenge story at that point, for Sephiroth.
Yeah, but again, Sephiroth, his motivations are just shit.
Yeah, they are. I have mommy issues, and I was experimented on, and she was experimented on.
Because it's like he knew his whole life he was experimented on.
Yeah.
He was there for it. And
suddenly he finds out it was from an alien mommy, and it all goes to shit immediately.
Exactly. Within, literally, 3 days or one night or something?
I think it was multiple days. I think it's holed up in the library for a few days.
And Zack goes in there a few times or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then just a revenge mission against the entire planet.
Not even just the entire planet, the life stream itself.
Yeah. That's going to be the whole planet, too. He was going to blast that whole shit. The whole rock.
Yeah.
But, again, death of nuance. He is just a revenge story.
Yes, the whole spreading darkness.
Yeah. I hate it. There's no way to make it more interesting than it is.
But it's alright, because...
Yeah, there's other stories here. The darkness... That's the thing. The darkness is here in the same way God is there in a JRPG. It's really just going to come in at that last 5%. The darkness is what's making the Co-Empire all totalitarian, but the Co-Empire is going to be the actual threat with nuance.
Yes.
I just hope they don't do this to that.
Yeah, because I'm very spoiler-free of anything really far past where the anime was. I just know that one of the next arcs after where the anime ended is apparently a long arc where you don't see the Alibaba or Aladdin or Marijana, because it's like a flashback, but it's a super important flashback.
Again, I'm guessing it's Solomon.
I would assume so, based on what I
on what we were already saying, and then also what we just read.
Yeah.
Where he just outrightly like, oh, King Solomon.
So.
Did he, I think he even said to Aladdin in these chapters, you are not he, or something like that.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm not your jinn.
I'm not your jinn.
Yeah.
Not you, that's the banker's face. Not Ugo's beautiful face.
But it's alright, Aladdin's on his way. He's gonna make things okay. He's gonna make everything go right. And then we're gonna go to Cindaria.
They try to revert all to shadow. That is called the fall.
Sindari, I feel like, was only like 2 or 3 episodes in the anime, so it's gotta only be a couple of chapters long of an arc before we go to the magic school.
No, because we have to deal with
the Hakurei stuff.
Yeah. I know it hits me in the exact same way too. I'm like, Sindari, I only remember like 2 shots of it, but clearly something happens in there.
Well, because they leave to go somewhere with Hakurei, because... Oh yeah, because you don't remember the Hakurei moment. I left it open so you'll be surprised when you read it.
Like, this is also setting up Judar to only be evil because of the evil influence of these dark wanters, for lack of a better word, because I just read the part where Ugo was like, I want to bring that other Magi here too, but they interfered. He's like, interference complete. See, we will bring darkness to this world.
I don't know what good bringing Judar there would have done, but we don't know yet, or I don't remember what was shown to Aladdin.
Me neither.
At this point, so I'll have to read the next couple of chapters.
It's also kind of like you said, maybe even just being away from the Black Rook and being surrounded by like good Rook would have had like an effect on Judar. Maybe not completely fixed him, but maybe it would have been like a start.
Yeah, maybe.
Everything is in the flow motion. Divert all to shadow, and Magi's turned into dark Magis.
No, still slapping. We've been slacking on Magi, so
yes,
good to get another 5 in.
Here it is. You tried to give me your Majoi, but I am not your Jin. So while you are like my master, your power was not enough. That motherfucker Solomon.
Yeah. Pretty sure he's the reincarnation of Solomon. Or like his son or something.
Yeah, something related to Solomon.
It could just be him because
all the
thing with Aladdin
magic roomy stuff.
Yeah, because he was like just like there was, so it's like Solomon was there, right? And then Solomon dies, and then all his jinn and metal vessels go into the things, but Aladdin never left. He's been in there forever. He's never not.
Same with Ugo too. Like all the other jinn have gone out into the world in some way.
Yeah, but Aladdin has never not been in Ugo's flute until the beginning of the series.
The Sacred Palace.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll get our answers eventually. Yes.
But we need to call it there.
Yes. So hopefully we get all of our weekly chapters back again next week.
And I'll be good on Centuria, don't worry.
Mr. I love Centuria. We need to read so much Centuria every week. And then 2 read sessions in a row. You slack on me.
I did read 1 chapter, but I knew I was unsynced with you, is why I read like the one like real fast.
Yeah. But yeah. Sorry.
Yep,
we'll get it next week. Alright guys, it's been the Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Episode 94. Take care now. Bye-bye.